And here we go, kickoff in the first semifinal match. We've got a goal right away from Chapa, 3 seconds in, Andy.
Wow, what an exciting start to this first semifinal matchup. Blazers getting off to a hot start. Chapa taking that kickoff right from the ceiling, under the crossbar, 1-0 early on. But we know that this Redhawks team is also highly skilled offensively, so I don't think they're too worried about an early goal with lots of Rocket League to play left. As Polar's going to send this one, get an incredible touch. Holy, Cappy having to make an incredible save to stop that one from going in and make it an equalizer. Dead weight getting a pass over to Polar, who leaves that one and takes out the defender. And we're tied up at 1 already, Nate.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't get to see as much from Dead Weight as we have in previous seasons. Just kind of way the game matchups worked out week to week. So great to see them here in the semifinals as our lower bracket is continuing to develop. It's a 1-1 game, 30 seconds in. Chapa fighting on the sidewall, a rebound at the net. Cappy able to get in front of it and stop that from going in. As Polar is driving an attack now, able to get a pre-jump there through the corner, but Chapa saw it coming. Almost a backflip bicycle kick shot there, didn't quite materialize. So a pass forward, stopped by Polar, who goes up, looking for a shot here, upside down in the air, couldn't roll it off the top. We're back at midfield as G carries over the line.
Yeah, and if we remember the last matchup we saw with these teams, they were 2v2, so now we're seeing them at full strength here in the championship weekend. So seeing some electric play early on as Polar gets the better of G there. Judd up, trying to get a nice angle, but Cappy there saying no. Keeping this tied at 1. Dead weight runs out of control there at the midfield, so G able to capitalize, looking to get a bounce out pass to Cappy. Blocked by Dead weight as Cappy takes the shot that was floating in the midfield, making it 2-1.
This was a great setup by G, who got a bounce out of the corner. So then the ball ended up floating in front of the Redhawks end, and it was only a matter of time before one of the Blazers made it their way down and got the shot. Kickoff here, 3:26 on the clock. It's off the sidewall all the way over to Polar, who's fighting with Cappy. Manages to get over the center line, but G collects quickly and continues the attack. Bumping into a teammate there. Chapa was able to keep the play going as their teammate was demoed. G over to Chapa. Chapa over the center line. Here's Chapa now looking for a double touch. Interrupted by Polar, but a quick shot. And Deadweight ready to stop it. Didn't have to take much action. So now Deadweight heads down. Trying to get through the corner. A good pop. Is Judd going to get there in time? They don't. And now we're fighting for possession at midfield. G chipping into the corner, looking to get a shot. Dead weight able to stop it, just bouncing over the corner boost there. Polar picks it up over the midfield. Polar looking for their own pass, and the ball here is sitting in front of the Bay Ridge Blazers end. Dead weight trying to chip through the corner, looking for a teammate. Doesn't, so now Judd chipping one from far away. A nice little backflip from Dead weight, didn't quite turn into a shot. As the Blazers now with a couple quick defensive moves trying to keep that ball out.
Yeah, some really good possession battles going on. It looks like we've got some sustained pressure here by the Redhawks, but the Blazers able to keep this one out, not panicking, still having enough boost to be able to defend adequately. As Cappy looking to pressure down now that they've got the ball back into the Redhawks end. Chapa's going to cut that one off, trying to get something out front. Judd going to send it back off the sidewall to the midfield. Here's Polar, no boost, so unfortunately doesn't quite get the touch on the ball that they were looking for. It's contested by G. Cappy and Chapa making a tandem save there. Judd not able to challenge at the midfield. Chapa just over driving that one, so G has to come back around, flips it in, gets demoed unfortunately. Chapa going to keep the pressure on. Polar, calm, cool, and collected back there. Going to flip this one over the midfield line. G flicks it up into the corner. Dead weight doesn't get the touch on it that they were looking for. Judd comes in, but Cappy with the save. Polar with the rebound, and another save by Choppa off the post. This is a tightly contested match here with just under a minute to play. 2-1 for your Bay Ridge Blazers. A reminder, this is a best of 5, so first team to win 3 is going to move on to our grand finals.
40 seconds or so on the clock. Dead weight looking for that tying goal. It bounces out of the corner. Judd is looking to grab possession. Tries to pass over to Polar, but just didn't kind of work out, so they're back in their own now. Their own end defending. Cappy trying to set up G. G runs into Polar. Polar with a long shot. It might make it. Chipped up and out of the way by Choppa. They're not quite safe yet. Cappy sends it out to midfield. Runs into Judd. Manages to get by. We're in the corner now. Cappy was looking for the bump there. Here's a last chance for the Red Hawks. It's booted away by G with only 3 seconds left. That might be where this one goes. And it is. That was a pretty action-packed game.
That was intense for being relatively low scoring. Tons of shots and saves as you see the scorecards here. A combined 12 saves by G and Cappy as the Red Hawks were just peppering that net, trying to even the score. And turns out that 1-0 goal really early on was the difference maker.
A total of 6 saves by Cappy. I'm not sure if you mentioned that, but oh my goodness. That might have been the 6 shots from Polar, so just a constant shifting of momentum in that match. Could have went either way. Unlike our week-to-week games, which are 3 games total, semifinals are a best of 5, which means the team needs to get 3 wins in order to progress to the grand finals. So we'll get to see a little more Rocket League than we have on our weekly broadcasts, which I'm up for. And a little bit of space built in between the games. As they build our tournament brackets, there's never any surety that, a game might be 3 matches and it might be 5 matches. So we build that time in, which means there will be a little bit of downtime between our semifinals and our grand finals today. And we'll do our best to bring you the action as soon as it happens. So here we go, game number 2. Kickoff. Polar runs right into Cappy. G chipping one away so Dead Weight couldn't progress. Choppa looking for a teammate out front. It's Polar who grabs it. Gets by almost by Cappy. Cappy able to keep that thing from going at the net. Here's Dead Weight in the air looking for Polar. Polar a little bit late to that play. Still in the Bay Ridge Blazers' end. And a shot from Polar off the crossbar and in.
Yeah, unbelievable pickup here off the sidewall. Steals that boost, goes up. One of the most impressive shots I've ever seen. Pixel perfect underneath the crossbar. 1-0 early on. The Red Hawks looking to even up the match here as Judd gets that kickoff, but G's going to corral from their end. Polar up again with the save, gets it credited as a shot also. Pressure on here by the Red Hawks early on as Cappy going to have to go up high off the backboard to make that save. Here's Polar once again, looking to get a pass out to a teammate. G's going to hit that one back into the corner. Dead Weight able to flip it over, loses control, but gets a bump on a defender. Polar and Judd working together in the midfield to get this one back into the Blazers' end as Dead Weight wisely plays that off the bottom of their vehicle to kill the momentum to try and get a pass out and beat a defender. G overplays that one, unfortunately. Dead Weight gonna play a bounce pass over to Judd. Now we're back into the Blazers' end as Polar's coming off the sidewall. Always dangerous here. Looking for a flip reset, just missing that one. Still getting the bounce pass out. Dead Weight wisely decides to head back and play some defense as Judd sends that one back down into the attacking zone. Dead Weight looking for a pass across, gets a pinch off a defender, unfortunately goes a little far, but Polar's gonna demolish G as Judd takes a shot. That's swept away. That long shot just cleared wide. Polar looking to pass over to a teammate, intercepted by Cappy. And Choppa now putting a shot on net that Judd has to defend. It pops up, and there's Polar with the defensive save, sending it back down into the Blazers' end.
Yeah, a couple close calls there. Here's a shot off the goalpost from dead weight. Plays are materializing quickly. Here's Polar leading the charge, I'd say, for the Red Hawks. G chipping that away, and G been hanging back, sort of playing defensively for the Bay Ridge Blazers and letting teammates Choppa and Cappy lead the charge for their team. So here's Cappy and Choppa fighting, trying to get that cleared away. G in net. Polar following up. Cappy able to chip that away. Great rotations from both teams, both on the attack and the defense. Here's G up high into the corner. Deadweight with some great aerial mechanics, looking for a double touch. Does so, setting up Polar. What a play here! Look at the rotation, Andy.
Wow, what control through the air here to get that beautiful bounce pass over to Polar, who wisely plays it off the backboard, seeing no other defenders there. Deadweight gonna just tap that one into the open net. 2-goal lead now for the Red Hawks, looking to even this match at 1. Judd's gonna come flying in and scoop this one off the sidewall. Flicks over one defender. Cappy there to push it deeper into the corner. Polar looking to get a pass over to Deadweight. That's gonna sail wide as Choppa brings it in from the midfield. Looking to get a ground pinch. Gets through 2 defenders, but Deadweight gonna carry this one from the back wall into midfield. Misses the landing, so not able to get the boost. Choppa making the easy save there on the ground. Choppa looking to pass this one over to G. Judd's going to interrupt that one. G still able to chip it over. Deadweight makes a crucial save to keep a 2-goal lead, as Cappy just trying to keep it into the attacking zone. But these Red Hawks seemingly not allowing any play time in their own end, as the attacking time in the Bay Ridge end has been most of this game. Judd here with the shot. That one's going to sail high. Deadweight not able to beat the defenders there. So Polar back, able to corral this one. Flicks it over, takes the demo. Choppa not able to get there in time. G from the midfield looking to go up, looking to do a fake musty flip, missing the second touch off the ground. So Choppa has to corral from their own end. Polar able to stop that one up pretty quickly. Gets the better of that challenge. Midfield now, bringing it into the corner. Judd with the shot. Choppa comes across, makes a pivotal save there to keep this one at a 2-goal game. And these Bay Ridge Blazers looking to get something going, but Judd comes across, making it 3-0. We've seen these teams score plenty of times, but this might be the game the Red Hawks were looking for to even it up.
Yeah, interesting to see the momentum shift here, and quite clearly. So 30 seconds left, and Blazers need 3 goals just to find overtime, but probably not going to happen, as we're down to now 20 seconds on the clock. And here's G over the center line, demoing Judd. Choppa able to chip one off the side wall. Going to run into Judd, though, back on their wheels. As we count down the final seconds in this match, this is going to even it up. 1 game apiece as we go into game 3. Just waiting for this ball to touch the ground again as Polar sends it down. G not going to bother with it, ready to start the next game by the looks of it. A long clear from Deadweight. That thing stayed in the air longer than I expected. Let's look at the scorecard, Andy, and see what we find.
Yeah, you were going to see a lot of shots here by the Red Hawks. Yeah, looking at 11 shots already. Just sustained pressure, like I was mentioning. Just really trying to even this one up. They weren't going to take that first game loss laying down. Impressive by both teams, though. The Blazers never really panicking. Didn't see them out of position too much. Near the end there, that 3rd goal, I mean, they're pushing a little harder, trying to get a goal in there quickly when you've got 30 seconds left and you're down by 2. So those chances are going to happen a little bit more. It's kind of like pulling the goalie in the NHL, you know? You're just trying to get something in there quick so you can even the match as quick as possible. But an exciting first 2 matches so far in this first semifinals match, Nate.
Yeah, I'm curious how that lower bracket is developing. So the winner of this series will go on to the grand finals. Those are scheduled for 12:45, and maybe for a good reason, as here we are 10 to 11, our next semifinal scheduled for 11:15, and it is one game apiece. So we need one of these two teams to get 3 wins in order for us to move on to the next semifinal. So players are taking the pitch. We are ready to go here. As the kickoff now, it's the Blazers leading the charge. Finding the back wall, here's Cappy looking for a quick shot. G was ready, but the pass just went wide quickly. Nothing happened, but now we're seeing the Blazers on the attack. First few seconds in, another shot at the net. Another pass off the backboard. It's G who finds it. That's blocked by Judd. Critical save. Dead weight carrying over the midfield. Great aerial play there. Holding their momentum. Sort of ran into Polar, though, along the way. Here's G. Tries to get off the sidewall. Polar interrupting. Choppa from midfield to the corner. Judd's going to corral it. It's a great long shot pointed at the opposing net. Here's G. Oh. What a close play that was. So the plays are already back and forth here. We're a minute in. Here's Cappy playing with dead weight in the corner, trying to get something back in front of the Red Hawks net. Didn't materialize. Choppa's grabbed possession at midfield. Runs into Judd, and we're battling for possession here.
Yeah, you can definitely see the game planning has changed from game to game, as we're seeing the Blazers with some sustained pressure so far in this game. As dead weight looking to get this one off the vehicles of the Blazers, as Polar tries to go for the double touch drop pass. That doesn't work out, so Judd has to sweep this one aside. Able to get that large boost pad and jump over a couple defenders, but Cappy capitalizes on that miscue at midfield, looking to get a pass down to a teammate. Not able to get past the defense of Polar, who wisely bumps G out of the way. So Choppa has to come through, not credited with a save, but that was earmarked for a goal. If Choppa's not there defending that ball, Polar takes the under route to get that one into the corner. Cappy able to get it closer to midfield. Judd there to pick it up as the loose ball in the midfield play, seemingly deciding who's got the attacking pressure, as Polar picks up that missed play off the back wall. Off the nice touch here by dead weight. Choppa not getting to that ball, so Polar going to capitalize on that wide open net. 1-0. 2 minutes into this game, Nate.
That great play by
Red
Polar.
Hawks up 1.
Just turning around, exiting the attack zone, turning around and seeing that opportunity. So Polar with great game sense there. Here's Judd now looking for an open net. Might be able to chip it up over. Cappy was there. And it bounces out to the corner. And another shot from Polar, but it stayed wide. We're seeing the Blazers here kind of pinballing that ball around, just trying to keep it from being controlled by the Red Hawks. Here's one. It's going to land in front of the Bay Ridge net. Polar's up, finds the back wall, and Cappy, who clears it away. Dead weight. Couldn't quite handle that as it came down and bounced. Polar with a great setup here. None of the Red Hawks there to grab it. So as we head into Red Hawks territory, it's Cappy fighting at midfield, pushing Polar around a little bit there. Polar able to stay on their wheels and keep the ball moving. Here's a shot quickly. Stays wide, but a great shot from that sidewall as Polar almost put another one in. And we're watching Choppa now collect in their own corner. Runs into Polar, of all people. Sets down in front, but G's able to scoop it before any of the Red Hawks get there. Here's that dead weight. Finds the back wall. It's Cappy who clears it away. A quick shot from Judd, and G's going to take it. Gets over the midfield line. G still in control. Tries to get through the corner, but runs into the dead weight, and that's going to stop the attack.
Yeah, Polar and dead weight both going up for that one. Choppa having to play it up high off the midfield line. G able to make that save from Judd in the middle of the net there. Cappy now just sends a booming shot down from his defensive zone. Cappy able to keep the pressure on Choppa, not able to get there as Polar gets this one to the midfield now, scooping it up, trying to get a pass out to a teammate from that attacking corner. Judd able to scoop that from midfield, trying to get it back down. Dead weight Unfortunately demoed there by Cappy as they misplayed the handle. Polar trying to get a shot across. Good deflection. Judd plays the slow game there against Cappy on the side and gets the better of that exchange. Dead weight now from their own end, trying to bring it down. Mishandles that bump, but Polar there to scoop it up. G cuts that attacking process off. Cappy making a save off dead weight shot. G looking to get a pass over to Cappy. Dead weight blocks that one once again. G up, looking to get a pass out to the front of the net. Polar gets the shot. It just goes wide. G and Choppa there teaming up to make that save. Just under 10 seconds to go. G trying to put something on the net. The Blazers trying desperately to even this one up. As G gets a good challenge. Polar, though, gonna able to take that one down, almost making another shot at the end. And the Redhawks win that game 1-0. Low-scoring game, but exciting nonetheless.
Saw some great passing from Judd in the final moments there, and you really got to hand it to that dead weight. The aerial mechanics we're seeing from that dead weight and the amount of control that they're holding on to. Just really impressive. So both teams really impressive. Cappy with 3 critical saves in that last round. As we head into game number 4, 2 for the Redhawks, 1 for Bay Ridge Blazers, which means this is a must-win for the Bay Ridge Blazers if they want to make it to the grand finals. Best of 3 series.
Yeah, they're not necessarily out of it because it is a double elimination. So the loser of this match will head down to our second semifinals. And there's a chance that these two teams could meet again in the grand final if they can win that second semifinals match.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That'll be interesting to see. I was trying to make sense of that lower bracket earlier today. Just couldn't quite do it.
Yeah, so our second semifinal match will be either it'll be the winner of the Golden Bears taking on Colby Esports, and they will play the loser of this match, who will either be the Redhawks or the Bay Ridge Blazers.
Here we go, kickoff, next game. Right away, Cappy up in the air looking to take a quick shot. You know the Bay Ridge Blazers now. They don't want to go to that lower bracket. Here's Judd up against 2 of the Blazers. Choppa cheering it away. Couldn't quite get by Polar at midfield. Polar's up in the air. Dead weight hanging out in front of the net. There's no double touch pass to come about. So G's going to carry it over the midfield line. That was a great shot from G, and it's in.
Wow. Just from behind the midfield line, just flicking this one up. Gets over everybody and falls right into the center of the net. 1-0 early for the Bay Ridge Blazers, who are in a must-win situation. As the game series is 2-1, first to 3 takes it. Dead weight, not able to beat G to that one, so this one's going to fall into the midfield. Another 2 opposing teams go at it at the midfield, not able to make anything of it. Deadweight and Judd running into each other there at the midfield, giving G the opportunity to just defensively send that one down. Choppa's going to come screaming through, able to get this one into the corner, looking to get a pass down out front, runs out of boost, so not able to beat Deadweight, who's driving backwards there. Maybe some early on jitters here as we're in crunch time, as the OCVI Redhawks have kind of not had it together like we've seen in the past couple matches, as Cappy now picks this one up off the back wall. Polar able to scoop that away, runs out of boost, so not able to continue the attack. Deadweight also out of boost, so not able to keep the pressure going. G up, no boost, but plays enough defense for that one to miss. G now sending this one down, looking for a pass for a teammate. Choppa now trying to follow it up. Polar able to send that one back into the corner from out in front of the net. Choppa playing good defense there in the offensive zone as G goes up and makes a critical save on that dead weight shot. Choppa trying to pinch that one off G to get it out of harm's way. As we're seeing the Redhawks now starting to put the gas pedal down a little more, pressing the attack button. Cappy and this Bay Ridge Blazers team trying to regroup in their own end.
Here's G with an aerial over the midfield line. I think we're waiting to see G sort of come out of the woodwork, get into the attack zone a bit more. G has this history of turning up when it really counts. So here's G over the midfield line again, but kind of landing funny. Getting a quick bump in, but no shots. And Cappy up to turn that aerial into a save. Two of the Blazers up defending that one. Cappy on the ground trying to get by Polar. Polar says, no, you won't. Here's Judd now through the corner. Polar waiting in front, but G's got possession on their own backboard. They run into dead weight on the way down. So we're still here in the Blazers' end. Dead weight missing a pass over to Judd. It was a great pass. Judd just couldn't collect in time. Dead weight with a pass didn't make it out very far, but the shot from Cappy stays wide. Polar clearing away, runs into G. G with the shot, stays high and wide. Still a one-goal game here. Choppa with the demo on dead weight. Cappy shooting long, it stays wide. Out of the way. G chipping through the corner, gets in front, but not long enough. Judd clearing away. Here's Cappy with a long shot from midfield. Polar finds it on the upper back wall. Great pre-jump read from Choppa to keep the attack going. Here's G missing the pre-jump read on the side wall. And so possession now being battled for, just over a minute to go.
Yeah, Polar's going to intercept that shot in their defending zone. Dead weight up, trying to get a pass out. Polar doesn't have the boost to get there, but Judd comes in. Some really nice rotations by both these teams. Again, a low-scoring affair, but action-packed. Almost like watching a chess match with rocket-powered cars. As Deadweight's going to take that pass from Judd, missing the second touch. Polar was on the opposite side waiting for a pass. G's going to scoop that one up and just send it all the way down. Polar not getting the pinch they were hoping for, but still has time to get this one out of harm's way. Judd and Deadweight both going for that defensive play, trying to get something going. 20 seconds left. There's a shot by Judd. Choppa sweeps that one away. The Bay Ridge Blazers looking to even this series at 2. We've got 10 seconds left. It's now all or nothing for the Red Hawks as they try to go and even this one up. Choppa and Cappy playing some good defense in the offensive zone, and this one is now tied at 2 games apiece. We're going to a deciding 5th match.
Well, and today as good a day as any for a 40-minute overtime. Who knows, Andy? I'd love to see that record get set for the longest overtime. Who knows? But yeah, Game 5, deciding match. And you're right. What an effort from both teams. They're putting on quite a show for us this morning. So Judd rejoined. Go ahead.
Sorry, we have word that our second semifinal match is going to be either, well, the loser of this match taking on the Golden Bears.
Excellent. So one of these teams we'll see playing again in about 15 minutes when that next match starts. We're going to find out who it is as Game 5 is about to start, a deciding match in this best-of-5 series. Hey, if you're watching at home, thanks for joining us today and supporting high school esports here in Ontario. Make sure to subscribe to the OSEA channel if you haven't. Well, I told you that would be quick. Here we go. We've rebounded. Deciding match here. It's a 2v2 tie. The winner of this goes straight to the grand finals. The other team heading to the lower bracket, and they'll be competing in the next semifinals match against the Golden Bears. That match set to start in 10 minutes, and Polar getting things started here for the Red Hawks, Andy.
Yeah, just a nice read from that missed touch at the midfield line. And Polar sends this one to the net. Nobody able to grab that. And we've got an early 1-0 game as Cappy takes advantage of that speed flip. Nobody else coming, tries to put a shot on. Choppa having to get back, but can't get there. Judd from their own end makes it 2-0 early on. Great vision seeing all three of the Bay Ridge Blazers players in the attacking zone. Nobody back to save that shot. And just like that, we're 2-0 early on.
Judd over the midfield line. Finds Choppa, who's pushing forward there. They need to get some points on. Here's G with a shot quickly. It's saved by that dead weight. A critical save there to keep it at 2. Choppa looks for a teammate, finds G. G with another shot. That's blocked. Now we're headed back into the Red Hawks end. Dead weight getting into the mix here. Here's Choppa heading back, looking for another play. It goes way too far wide for any teammate to find. G having some trouble here getting by Polar. Choppa looking to get another attack going. Again, Bay Ridge Blazers facing a 2-goal deficit here a minute in. They're trying to get points as soon as possible.
Judd with a nice pass out from that corner. Swept away by Choppa. Oh, and a Cappy with a great shot. Deadweight coming from nowhere, saving that one. Keeping this 2-0 for their team. Polar keeping the pressure on, looking to get a pass over. Fakes the shot, and Judd makes no mistake. 3-0 for this OCVI Redhawks team.
Yeah, what a great play there. Everybody is watching. Both teams playing very well, rotating well. Off the side wall, Cappy looking for a shot. Might be able to float one by, and does. What a great play by Cappy here.
Yeah, if you watch this first touch, it kind of seems like they mishandled it, but it was all just to set up that second flick over the defender. 3-1, still lots of time left. 2-goal deficit. We know both these teams capable of scoring in bunches. There's Judd able to get there before G, sending this into the Blazers' end. Judd looking to get a pass out. No teammates with them as Choppa sends it back into the Redhawks' end. Choppa looking to get a pass over, bumps a defender out of the way, but Deadweight playing just enough in the crease to stop a shot from going in. And now Judd chasing after this one, but G is there to collect. Polar from the sidewall at midfield, able to get this one down, looking to get a bounce pass out. Judd puts the shot towards the net. That's going to go wide. So G flicks that one back to midfield. And Deadweight causing the Bay Ridge Blazers to have to regroup in their own end. As Polar puts a shot towards the net, easily saved by Cappy. Judd doesn't quite get the touch they're hoping for, so now possession is contested at midfield. Deadweight having to boom this one into their own corner, so Judd can, Polar would be able to set something up, but they get demoed. Cappy puts a long shot on net. That's going to be swept away by Judd. G trying to keep that pressure going. Cappy looking to get a pass out to Choppa, who just cuts that one off. G has to make a save. Not credited, but that was earmarked as a goal. As G goes up, can't get past Polar. They save that one. Choppa now trying to get a pinch, doesn't quite get the touch, so Polar's now going to send this one towards the Blazers' net. Cappy wisely clearing that one out of harm's way, and we get a shot off the post, saved by Choppa, but Polar is going to make sure that goes in. 4-1, just under 2 minutes left to play in this fifth and deciding game.
Yeah, looked like it was saved by one of those two Blazers, but in fact, that was the goalpost. It got through and it hit the goalpost. So here we're now facing a 3-goal deficit are the Bay Ridge Blazers. Deadweight trying to carry over, runs into G. G with a high setup. Choppa, who couldn't quite get there in time. Polar now looking for a floater. G chips it away. Polar not exiting the attack zone quite yet, so it's still in the corner. Cappy now chipping over the midfield. It's Deadweight with Judd following behind. They're both playing the side wall here. Polar standing by midfield, goes up, keeps the ball from exiting the attack zone. Deadweight follows up, but the aerial kind of knocks the ball into the corner. So now Chapa heading in. Judd couldn't stop that from crossing midfield. This is floating dangerously off the crossbar. A great shot from Cappy. A follow-up again from Cappy. And this thing is still floating in front of the Redhawks, and Judd clearing away as quickly as possible. Chapa bringing it back in front of the net. G couldn't get there. Here's Cappy with the shot. That goes wide. G with a follow-up. It's still bouncing. It's in front. Chipped away by Polar. Man, a lot of opportunities there. 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, unfortunate. All those attempts, nothing going in. I'm just watching the time tick down as there's a 3-goal deficit. These Bay Ridge Blazers putting on quite the effort to get something through, but the brick wall defense of this Redhawks team. And as I say that, Polar able to capitalize on that clear from dead weight. Gets the unfortunate touch from Chapa, who made that save, but Polar's car is still flying through. And it looks like the Redhawks are going to be heading on to our grand finals. But we will be seeing the Bay Ridge Blazers take on the Golden Bears in our lower bracket semifinals here in just a few moments. And these two teams could meet again in the grand finals, which wouldn't that be a storybook ending if the Bay Ridge Blazers can come back?
Yeah, that would be a really exciting rematch to watch, because this could have went either way. So we saw the Redhawks kind of get carried away here, but don't forget, that was Game 5. It went the distance, so we'll see if they end up... Well, welcome back, everybody. Hope you had time to grab a bite to eat and your favorite snack. You're nice and comfortable, ready for the grand finals of the Ontario School Esport Association's Rocket League Fall 2025 season, as the players are taking the pitch for Game 1 in a best-of-5 series for the grand finals. And here we go. We've got the Redhawks in blue and Bay Ridge Blazers in orange. This is a rematch from our first semifinal, Andy.
Yeah, and the Bay Ridge Blazers coming off a nice win over the Golden Bears in their second semifinal match, looking to get a little redemption on these Redhawks, who beat them earlier on this morning, pardon me. Polar trying to send that one towards the net. G's gonna grab that one, send it out as a pass to Chapa, who gets this down into the Redhawks end. Judd not able to get the touch they were looking for, so that's gonna go from Chapa to the net. Chapa sails that one wide. Cappy gets a bump on a defender. See if they can circle back and try and get something else happening. They're behind 2 defenders, but they're bumped away. So now Judd leaves that for dead weight. That gets picked up in the midfield. G and Chapa both demoing the players that they were following, but couldn't make anything of it, as dead weight now going for the flip reset, excuse me. Judd and Polar up for that one, so it's going to give Chapa the opportunity to clear this back to the other side, but Polar brings it through, tries to put a shot up. G wisely takes that away from them. Chapa putting a shot towards the goal. Judd in net. There's a demo there. Nothing comes of the advantage of player, and G's just going to get this one to midfield, allowing his team to get some more boost.
So Polar trying to set Judd up here. Everybody goes up for it. Here's a redirect off the crossbar. That was close. And the follow-up from that dead weight, of course, putting the first goal into the grand final here. What a great play.
Yeah, watch Polar, after this nice pass, take Cappy out of the way so that they cannot get to that ball. not credited with the goal, but I don't know if that goal's going in without them clearing the defender out. Choppa trying to get up there before Polar, but they cannot. The shot doesn't quite make it to the net. Choppa takes a nice redirect, just sails that wide. Judd here trying to get it passed down to a teammate. Nobody there. It's going to get credit for a shot. Cappy has to send that one away. Just can't risk leaving that one off the back wall. As dead weight flipping through the air, getting the nice shot on, saved by G. Cappy able to take that bounce pass out from the Redhawks. But we're back into the Bay Ridge Blazers end. Continued pressure here from both teams. Cappy's going to take that pass from G. Wide open shot, middle of the field. Bang, bang, 1-1 halfway through this game.
Yeah, great positioning. You see all three of the Redhawks racing back and nothing they can do but watch that one go in. So keeping in mind, the Redhawks and the Blazers met in round one of the semifinals. And the Redhawks got the better. Here's a shot. G with a great save. And the Bay Ridge Blazers fighting their way through another round of semifinals to make it here for the rematch. Looking for some redemption. Here's G off the back wall. It's not going to drop in time. Stays wide. Choppa there trying to dig it up. But Polar able to keep possession. So both teams looking to get a play started here from midfield. It's not dead weight battling two defenders from the Blazers. And they're still on the attack. G with a long shot. That could fall down. It's bounced off the back wall. Chipped in off, almost off the crossbar. Straight in by G.
What a perfect read here by G. Takes that bump. Deadweight and Polar kind of both going for it. Neither able to get there. Judd just trailing too far behind. And just like that, the Bay Ridge Blazers are up 2-1. It's the all-important kickoff. Heads out of danger, but there's Polar up, putting a shot on net, and 2-2 just like that.
Polar with a great redirect here. The ball's up, quick pre-jump, they're up, and just redirecting it away, seeing that Cappy was heading across the upper portion of the goal mouth, but not able to get to the top right corner in time. So it's 2-2, minute 39 on the clock. Kickoff goes the way of the Blazers, so G's able to set themselves up, but the follow-up's interrupted. It goes off the backboard. Choppa now setting up. Deadweight blocking G from getting an opportunity. Cappy almost able to do so, but cleared away quickly by the Blazers. Here's Cappy in their own end, kind of losing possession. A quick shot from Judd. It's cleared away by G. Follow-up from Polar, set up for the Deadweight, who goes up. It's off the corner of the crossbar. Really close there. 1 minute to go as the dead weight is trying to clear out. Shot from midfield from Cappy, and it was close to on target. Polar getting credited with the save. And now Judd with a long clear. It's going to bounce wide, and G's grabbed possession.
Yeah, dead weight just taking that from the midfield sidewall, putting a shot on net, forcing Cappy to make another save. Here's Polar. Unfortunately, no boost on the sidewall, but still gets the better of Cappy as G sends this one down. No teammate with them. Judd just going to send this one all the way back down to the Blazers' end. Cappy and Polar in the corner. Polar gets the better of that exchange, but Cappy gets a demo on Judd. Choppa trying to set something up for a teammate. Here's Cappy. They're going to scoop this one up and over. Get a flick, but Polar there to stop that one in the defensive end. Gets a great bounce pass out to a teammate. We've got just under 10 seconds left. We might be going to overtime for our first time in this finals. Oh, if there was one more second on the clock, this one would have been going to the Redhawks. But thankfully, overtime comes just in time for the Blazers as Choppa is going to get a shot. Doesn't get the power they're hoping for, so Polar able to sweep that one away. They send this one back down into the Blazers' end. As Choppa now taking a really nice redirect, not able to come back for the second touch as Polar clears that one out of harm's way. Deadweight going to try and get this one around some defenders. Attackers. G able to stop that at midfield, but Judd comes in and is able to advance it. G smartly plays it back the same way. G and Cappy kind of floating in midair, trying to get this one away from their goal. As Cappy and Polar come together, keeping this one in the Blazers' end. Some sustained pressure by the Redhawks, but nothing really coming of it. As they regroup in their own end, trying to get the first game of this grand finals.
You're seeing the Blazers do a great job of boost starving the Redhawks as well. I don't know to what effect, but they've certainly been doing it. Here's one off the back wall. Judd clearing it away to midfield. G scooping it back up with possession. Tries to get by Polar. Can't. Dead weight off the side wall. Looking to start an attack here. G with a great aerial move to stay in front of it. Polar getting the demo on Choppa, which might make some room for Judd, who chips over G. Setting up Polar. There's the win.
Yes, so unfortunate here. As Judd shot off the backboard, Cappy just a hair too high. And Polar tucks that one underneath. First game was a nail biter. 3-2. Redhawks are up in the finals here, 1-0. A reminder: this is a best of 5, so first to 3 wins is going to be our fall season champion. As we're going to head into our game number 2.
Big numbers again on the scoreboard. Almost 4 shots apiece for each of the Redhawks players. And this is a little bit of a reminder to how the first series between these two teams started. Was a win for the Redhawks. And when they met earlier today, the second game went to the Blazers. We'll see if we follow that pattern here. Teams are already on the pitch, ready for game 2 of 5, as Andy mentioned. Best of 5 series. First team to 3 wins will be crowned the fall 2025 grand champions of the OSCA fall season. And it's just been a blast here calling these matches. So here we go, kickoff. Not sure what's happening here. Look at that. The game has been paused. So teams maybe looking to get on the right side of, they've joined the other colors a few times. I didn't realize that this was possible to pause the game like that, Andy. Here we go.
When you have it set up as a series, it is possible. But it looks like everybody sorted their themselves out, and Polar's going to take real quick exception to that and put one in real quick here, right under the crossbar, right off kickoff.
Now that one counts. Kickoff now, dead weight with Cappy, followed up by Judd and G. Everyone running into each other. Judd's able to clear it away. A quick shot from Polar, who is leading the charge here in game number 2. Great pass from Judd.
Yeah, really nice communication from the Redhawks. I'm sure Polar saying, hey, I'm coming. Judd getting that ball to the open area, and Polar making no mistake. Early on, 2-0. Lots of time left. We know both of these teams able to score in quick succession, as Judd makes a great save there on the Cappy shot. Polar now having to clear this one out. Off the sidewall, puts another one towards the net, and Polar's got a hat trick within the first 30 seconds of this second game.
Yeah, I hope everyone's taking notes at home. Polar with an incredible read off that side wall, able to redirect, keep the momentum going. That is quite a hole to dig out of, but there's more than enough time on the clock here for the Bay Ridge Blazers. Kickoff ends up in the Redhawks' end now, so Blazers looking to get something started. A little bit of a run in there between Choppa and Cappy. Cappy now sending it all the way downfield. It gets by Judd, so it's in the corner. Cappy's looking to set a teammate up. Doesn't quite happen. Deadweight's going to get in the mix. Chip doesn't get across into the mouth of the goal. And another bump here. I think Cappy running into G that time, so the Blazers finding each other with a couple bumps here 1 minute away into this game, and we're already 3 goals. That was a close one. Almost 4 there. Cappy cheering, clearing across. G and Chop already. Chop with a fake. G heading back and making a clear before that thing got any closer. Polar with a demo, but a great sacrifice there from G to keep that play from getting any worse. Here's that dead weight up high, looking for a redirect. Almost found the corner. It was really nice aerial control there. Polar trying to chip through. Choppa's going to clear it out. Not for long. Dead weight hitting it back to the center. Judd keeping the attack going. And a big long clear from Cappy. Polar with a double touch off the back wall, and then a third touch blocking G's shot on the way down. Long clear from Cappy. Choppa finds it. They're restarting again. Here's coming through the corner. Polar chipping it back out. Will it get to midfield? It does. Here's Polar now on the attack. Getting in front of the Bay Ridge Blazers end if they can. They cannot. Cappy has now cleared it. Getting hung up, losing control at midfield.
Choppa trying to keep the attack on. Polar backwards there. Makes the desperation play as G doesn't get the handle they were looking for off the ceiling. Cappy looking to pass over to Choppa. Gives it a second, but Judd's going to read that one as dead weight chips it over another defender and then under G to sneak that one in the net. This one looking to get farther and farther out of reach for the Bay Ridge Blazers as the OCVI Redhawks take a 4-0 lead with just under half the game to play.
It was a great pre-jump from G there. I think anyone would have done that, but every once in a while, you finally get the pre-jump in time and your opponent goes under. So they've got just over 2 minutes to find the 4 goals that the Blazers need to tie this one up. Otherwise, Redhawks looking to get 2 wins up, and the next game will be a must-win for Bay Ridge. Here's a shot that stays wide. I don't know if Deadweight got bumped by a teammate there or not, but the Bay Ridge Blazers will take that one. Here's G, long aerial, quarter tank of boost, tries to go under themselves. Didn't quite happen. Polar with a great read defensively. Deadweight redirecting a shot away, leaving it for Judd, who wants a double tap here. And G goes up on the backboard, clears it away. They're going to get a second shot here. Here's Polar now. Some great aerial mechanics, passing out to Deadweight possibly. Deadweight backing off, looking for a boost, or getting defensive, not sure. And the hit goes all the way across. Cappy finding the upper backboard. Here's the Choppa shot. That stays wide. Choppa now trying to get something set up for another teammate. As here come the Blazers with a minute left.
Yeah, still down 4 goals. So this one looking a little more unrealistic as the comeback has been stymied as this Redhawks team just not conceding any goals. G getting a really nice 50 win there, but not able to convert as all 3 Redhawks playing exceptional defense here in the later part of this match. And Choppa out of boost, so not able to continue with that one, but G up, full boost tank, shot off the post, an unbelievable save by Polar to keep that one out. 90% of that ball was in the goal line, and it's still 4-0 as Polar and Deadweight can't beat Choppa to that one, who gets a pass over to Cappy, and Judd makes another save. Still 4-0. Judd with them yet another save to keep it 4-0. Polar no boost, can't get that one out of harm's way. Judd and Polar working as a dynamic duo here. Cappy not able to capitalize on the missed play off the wall. And this second game goes to the Redhawks 4-0.
Quick peek at the scorecard here as the Redhawks are able to shut out the Blazers, which is not easy to do. Polar leading the charge with a score of 823 points, 3 goals, 3 saves, 3 shots, shooting a 100% goal. So Polar with a very impressive performance in that game. First of those 3 goals coming in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, the start was quite hot, and then they just hung on and played incredible defense for the remainder of that match. as we get ready to go into our third and possibly decisive match. The Bay Ridge Blazers needing to perform the reverse sweep in order to come back and win this series. The Redhawks have a commanding lead 2-0 over the Blazers. But as we've seen earlier today, the Blazers have the ability to score just as frequently and at will at some times. So here we go with our third game. G and Choppa getting the better of that first kickoff exchange. Polar having to make a save early on as Judd just gets that one over top of the oncoming attack. Cappy able to bounce that one out. Dead weight not able to get there before Choppa. So now Cappy from the midfield looking to get the flick over a defender, but Polar reads it perfectly, able to block it and then cause a little ruckus with the oncoming attackers. Polar gets bumped there by G, so Cappy's up free, able to get that one. Dead weight steals that one midair, but runs out of boost, so not able to continue. G gets the nice chip over Judd in the midfield, but yet again there's Polar to chop it over a defender and carry it on into the attacking zone.
And Cappy running into a little trouble trying to clear out here. Dead weight and Polar putting a wall up at midfield. G trying to help out now. It ends up on Polar's car. Dead weight chipping off. It found the backboard. Here's a follow-up from Dead weight. And just relentless pressure from the Redhawks, resulting in the first goal just after 1 minute of play.
Yeah, that pass by Polar assisted by Dead weight with the demo takes the defender out of position. Dead weight gonna put that one in. Still plenty of time, only one goal here. We know the Bay Ridge Blazers have the attacking ability to score multiple times as Dead weight tries to get a double touch pass out. G's gonna interrupt that one. Polar tries to put a shot. That's just sent a little wide. G not able to handle the defensive clearance as Choppa and G come together to get that one down. Odd man rush. Can G get this one in? And out of nowhere, Polar comes flying across, saving a goal. Now Polar sends one just wide. G and Choppa teaming up, trying to save that one. Emptying the boost tanks as the OCDI Redhawks just putting the pressure as hard as they can against this Bay Ridge Blazers team, hoping to take this in the first 3 games. As Dead weight tries to pass that one back to Judd. Getting bumped there by a couple of Blazers, so not able to get the pass cleanly together. But Polar from their own end, once again, not able to get past Cappy. And they're going to have to turn back and reset as the Blazers grab it at the midfield line. But that attack is stymied by Judd. And Polar, again, taking that one from Choppa right off the side wall. Trying to get something to come of this in the attacking zone. But there's just no time as Polar gets the floating ball from seemingly by themselves as Cappy takes themselves out of position by the demo. And G just not able to get there. 2 goals down. Bay Ridge Blazers need to turn it up.
Well, here it is. There's an opportunity now. Cappy off the side wall. It's blocked by Judd. That would have helped. Here's another follow-up from G. Couldn't quite bump over the defense, so Blazers here on the attack. Polar trying to clear away. Finds G. G looking for Cappy. Cappy able to get something. Not enough of a piece of it to set up a teammate, but Choppa keeping the attack going, chipping in from midfield. Blazers have sort of found a rotation here. They were doubling up a little bit before the last whistle. And as Andy mentioned, dealing with quite a bit of pressure. Dead weight with a really important clear off the back wall there as G was set up and ready. So here's Choppa from their own end. Can't get by the dead weight. Cappy tries to help, and it's Polar keeping the ball in the Blazers' end. G over 2 defenders, not the third. Judd's going to try to chip this around the corner, looking for a teammate, and they don't quite get there. Choppa is able to clear that thing before it gets in front of the mouth of the net. So a long clear into the Red Hawks end. Polar finds the back wall, looking for a double touch. They've got it. That's another one. Make it 3.
Wow, what a play here by Polar. Getting through all the defenders. Choppa unfortunately missing it. Cappy trying to go for the bump, but Polar able to control their own vehicle just enough to get enough touch to put that one in. 3 goals down, just over a minute to play. Bay Ridge Blazers are going to have to leave nothing in the tank here as G comes together with a teammate to pinch that one away. Dead weight now, trying to get a bounce over to a teammate. Nobody there. G intercepting in the midfield, gets a shot to the net. Polar having to make another save. G trying to get something going. Gets Cappy in the midfield. G with the shot. Polar, yet another save, keeping it as a shutout in the third and possibly decisive game. As Cappy and Choppa there trying to get another one on. G making a great pass over to Cappy, but can't quite handle the return feed. And dead weight now, just kind of stalling on the sidewall, trying to take as much time off the clock as they can. Judd now just gonna send this one back into the attacking zone. Polar just trying to cause a little disruption, as this one's gonna go to the OCVI Redhawks as they take all 3 games and our fall season championship.
Congratulations to the Red Hawks. That was incredible. What a performance. Giving them the OCA 2025 Fall Season Championship after an outstanding performance today. What a hard-fought battle. I tell you, the first series was very back and forth, and I went all the way to Game 5, and as we saw here, the sweep, as the OCVI Redhawks took it in 3. So I don't know what happened on the break there, what they had for lunch, but my goodness, they sure came out swinging, Andy.
Yeah, normally you see teams that have like a longer break like that, they don't come out with as much, preparation and planning because they've been sitting idly for so long and the other team is still warm. But the OCVI Redhawks came out firing on all cylinders, able to take that finals matchup in the first 3 games. I'd like to say congratulations to all the teams and thank you all for coming out. Thanks to everyone watching, coaches, players, the organizers of this. I know Nate and myself truly love being a part of this and bringing something like this to you guys. It's been a real pleasure for us.
Yep, absolutely, Andy. It's been great. Every Wednesday, following the matches week to week, and then here for the finals, seeing the culmination of all the hard work that the coaches and players put in, and the organizers of the OSEA. Thank you, everyone, for putting the matches together